US President Donald Trump is set to arrive in Kenosha as racial unrest continues. The midwestern city has seen days of protests triggered by the police shooting of a black man, Jacob Blake. Mr. Trump says he will survey the damage and speak with police, but he has no plans to meet Mr. Blake's family. Simon Marks joins us with the latest on this from the US capital of Washington, D.C. Simon, President Trump's visit comes at a time of already high tensions. Is it really going to be a unifying move, as the White House claims?
Well, the White House says it is going to be unifying and that President Trump has received messages, it claims, from people in the community in Kenosha who say they are longing for leadership in the absence of it, according to the White House. Remember that Kenosha, the city, and Wisconsin, the state, are, of course, governed by Democrats. And the White House has consistently, over the past several months, said that the violence that's happening in a handful of cities across the country is uniquely taking place in Democrat-led cities. There's no question that this is a potentially explosive moment for a president who yesterday at the White House and then in a subsequent television interview would not condemn or criticize in any way the teenage white vigilante who last week in Kenosha shot two Black Lives Matter protesters dead, according to police. He's now charged with first-degree murder there. President Trump coming under continuing pressure to condemn violence from all sides, but so far only criticising the violence that is taking place at the hands of people that he characterised as Marxist thugs, looters and rioters. And on television here last night, without providing any evidence to support the claim, telling Fox News that Joe Biden is being ruled by dark figures in the shadows, who he was not willing in a television interview last night to name.
Simon, not everyone is a fan of the president's law and order campaign, not by any stretch of the imagination. In fact, Joe Biden has said, if anything, it may even be fomenting the violence in the country. Is this narrative falling flat on some voters, particularly those perhaps in the swing states?
Well, there's no indication, Dawn, of any movement in the opinion polls at all in the days since the two-party conventions wrapped up. I've just been looking at the latest swing state data, and Joe Biden continues to have an edge in most of the all-important battleground states where the election will be won or lost. No indication that either the Democrat Party convention nor the Republican convention meaningfully moved the meter or had any impact on floating voters who are thinking about changing sides between now and November. Joe Biden yesterday was at pains to push back against this White House narrative that this is all happening in Democrat-controlled cities, insisting that the president is fomenting violence in what he called Donald Trump's America. But the Democrats are very wary now of allowing President Trump to be the pace setter here, the man who makes violence in America's cities the central issue on America's election campaign trail. They want to talk about a whole host of other things, which is why so far you haven't yet seen Joe Biden travel to Kenosha, travel to Portland, or make the kind of moves that the president is making in a few hours' time.
Well, the US certainly has plenty of other issues that they've got their work cut out for. Simon, thank you very much for that. Simon Marks there reporting live in Washington, D.C.